Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Mixed Texan Politics. I have a crazy story for you today. This is loony, to say the least. Houston Suburb decides the best way to fight crime is planting trees. Yes, these people want to plant trees to fight crime. Now, I'm going to show you some video so you can better understand where these people are coming from. Let's check this out.
Leaf is throwing shade at crime. It is hoped that planting some new trees will help protect their neighborhood. And good morning to you on this Friday. I'm Melanie Lawson. Well, A-Leaf will soon be home to 1,200 new trees, and those planting them say they will not only help beautify the streets, they'll help protect them as well. ABC 13's Courtney Carpenter is live in A-Leaf with more on the plan. And Courtney, this is a new one, greening the neighborhood to get rid of crime.
Yeah, Mel, you may be wondering, well, how exactly are trees going to help prevent crime? Well, we know crime typically goes up as the temperatures do, so more shade is a good thing. We also spoke to...
Remember, correlation does not mean causation.
One woman out here who says she thinks it'll be a big benefit because of what she calls the broken window theory. Starting late this year, 1,200 trees are going to be planted along 17 miles of road in the A-Leaf area. Harris County Precinct 4 is using $2 million in American Rescue Plan Act funding to make it happen. Longtime A-Leaf resident and president of a local HOA, Tracy Jones, says she thinks more shade in the area will be a big help.
And so if we can cool things off, give people something to do that's outside, that's going to engage them. You know, the commissioner has so many projects that are in the works. There's going to be public art. We're improving the parks.
Barbara Quattro, who has long been involved in getting more trees planted around A-Leaf, says when it comes to how trees can help deter crime, she thinks the broken window theory applies.
If the place looks ugly and barren and nobody looks like nobody cares for it, nobody will care for it. And I think that encourages crime. It encourages vandalism. Trees are a win-win for everybody. They not only look good, but they make the place look good and people respect it more.
So we're told these trees are going to start getting planted in the winter of this year and early next year. They're mostly going to be planted along sidewalks and in the medians like this. We're told all the trees will be planted by 2025. Reporting live in A-Leaf, Courtney Carpenter, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Well, Courtney, a really interesting...
You heard that, right? So $2 million from, this is coming from Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan. Yeah, so $2 million. I can think of plenty of different ways $2 million can be spent instead of planting trees to fight crime. Look, trees are great. Absolutely. No doubt about that. But to use that as a mechanism to fight crime is just it's insane. It's loony, to say the least. How about you fight crime with law and order? You bolster up your police department. You have proper training for these police. Make sure they're getting the proper training. Make sure they're able to defend themselves properly. You put money into these schools to protect these schools. How about that? I can think of plenty of different ways you can use $2 million instead of using that money to plant trees to fight crime. And they're going to start later this year and will be done in 2025. So how do you plan to fight crime? How do you plan to reduce crime between that time? It's going to take, the next couple of years to plant these trees. So what are you doing between that time? Hey, look, the good thing is that you won't have people stealing sunglasses anymore. You know, because now that the trees are going to block the sun, people won't be snatching sunglasses off people's faces anymore. So the sunglass crime, the theft of sunglasses will go down. But now these criminals will have a tree to hide behind before they snatch your purse. I mean, what? It's a, you actually, I don't see any benefits to this. I mean, yes, look, they say, the correlation of the heat and the crime. But that does not mean it's causing crime. Correlation does not mean causation. You see what I'm saying? Now, there is an issue in Houston, and I think these trees will make it more likely these types of things happen. Gun thefts out of cars.
Are seeing more guns stolen from cars than in past years. But here's the thing. Criminals reportedly breaking in, they're leaving other valuables behind. All they want is the weapons.
Yeah, so it's a problem HPD is trying to tackle head on. ABC 13's Micah Halffield here to tell us there are things that you might be doing that are actually making you a target, Micah.
Hey, good evening, guys. Yeah, Houston police say the thieves will profile your car and try and figure out if you have a gun inside. And certain things might give it away. They look for big trucks. That's one of the things I learned today. And they also look for bumper stickers on your car. So anything that will show that you go hunting, that you are involved with guns, anything that's a pro-Second Amendment, even some of those thin blue line law enforcement stickers might attract thieves to your car.
One thing I like to remind people.
See, now these thieves, now mind this is in Houston, and the city that wants to plant these trees, it's a suburb of Houston, but it's Harris County. Still, criminals can make their way out there, and they do. So now you have thieves stealing guns out of cars. As you see here, in 2021, about 3,700 guns were stolen from cars, according to Houston police statistics. The following year, about 4,400 were taken, about an 18% increase. The statistics for the first 3 months of 2023 are already outpacing the previous year. So they're looking for things like anything that's kind of remotely patriotic or Second Amendment supporting, like the backing the police, come and take it stickers, anything like that. So thieves are targeting trucks and cars and going after their guns. Now you have these criminals running around with stolen guns. But they think trees, this suburb of Houston thinks trees are the problem, are the issue, are the going to solve this problem, going to prevent crime. And I don't think it matters, honestly. Yes, I get it. You want places to look neat, you want it to look clean, but there is a better way to fight crime than planting trees. This is the way these people think. These people actually think about this stuff. They think the solution is to plant trees. Now check this out. More video for you right here.
To a developing story, a man is in the hospital after a shootout during a robbery. This happened last night at a Walmart parking lot along Yale Street and Kohler. Investigators say that a man in a white SUV pulled up to the victim and demanded money at gunpoint. That is when the victim brought out his own weapon and the two began shooting at each other. The suspect took off, and it's unclear if he was hit during that shootout. The victim was shot 3 times and was taken to the hospital. If you have any information about this shooting, call Crime Stoppers or Houston Police.
Trees won't stop that. I'll tell you that much. Now, this is Houston. These are the crime statistics in Houston. The crime index in Houston is a 2. And that's on a scale of 1 to 100, 100 being the safest. Houston is a 2. Now, violent crime per 1,000, you're 12.4 compared to the state of Texas being 4.55. So the chances of being a victim of violent crime in Houston is 1 in 81 compared to 1 in 220 for the state of Texas. Property crime, 1 in 24 versus 1 in 46 in Texas. Crimes per square mile, 200 for Houston, 27 for the state of Texas. Now this goes to show you that these big blue cities are a problem. If you look at the rest of Texas, it's relatively safe. I mean, yes, Texas, we do have problems here, like Houston, Austin, and we have some problems in Dallas as well, and certain parts of Fort Worth. I mean, yes, you're gonna have crime everywhere, but you see that these big blue cities are a big problem. You have people saying, well, when you look at the statistics of how a lot of these big blue, 27 of the top 30 cities in most violent or most crime-ridden cities in America are run by Democrats. And then people will say, oh, well, they're in red states. Yes, but they're run by Democrats. The cities are run by Democrats. So that's the problem. Now, like I said, this is a suburb of Houston we're talking about. A leaf, look the irony, a leaf, and then I want to plant 1,200 trees. How funny is that? But yes, the thing is that crime can spill over, and I don't know how safe this city is in a leaf, but I don't think that this is a viable solution to prevent crime from happening in Houston. I will never personally live in that area. I think I've heard too many negative things about Houston. I don't know what your experience is if you've been down there, but I know it is rampant with crime. And you do have some nice suburbs there, but just take a look at the dark blue here. This is where the most crime is happening in Houston. So this just shows you how loony these people are. And instead of bolstering law enforcement and patrolling the streets, giving more funding to these officers, to hire more people, to pay the officers more, whatever it is, you could use that money from the American Rescue Plan to pay your police officers more, to provide more training, whatever it is. If you think crime is going to be a problem, if you see crime in your city, obviously they see an uptick in their own city, in the Leaf, when the summer months come. So if that's the case, find ways to, like I said, bolster your police department, beef up security. Not plant trees. Come on now, this is ridiculous. All right, so they're just gonna find places to hide, snatch your purse. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.